Salutations and welcome back to my Minecraft Hardcore series. This is episode 40. My name is Gojiracell, I am your host, so let's begin. So if you remember clearly, in the last episode I said we were almost finished with this project. We just had a few more things to do. I mean, it was even the title of the episode, so I'm not certain how you could have forgotten, but I don't know, people do weird things sometimes. And sometimes those weird things happen to be lying for no particular reason. See, the thing is, I lied. The project here is not done. It's not really close to done either. It really isn't anywhere close to done. If I had to hazard a guess, we're about 35% of the way finished with this entire thing. And that's not even including the bridges that I have yet to build all over down there in places. Now, before we go on any further, I guess I'm just gonna apologize. Sorry for lying. There. I've apologized. There's not much more I can do because I'm going to continue doing things anyways, and I'm not going to stop, and nobody's gonna stop me. That being said, the reason I didn't do anything to this building, the reason it doesn't even have a floor yet, is because we are going to extend it down as much as I want. It's not going to reach all the way down into this lava pool, but it will extend, I don't know, maybe around here-ish, all the way from up there to right there-ish in space. And this is just the first one, you know. I put this one here because it was mostly on land. It was fairly convenient for myself to construct it. But there are going to be a lot more buildings hanging from the ceiling out over above the lava on this side and over on the other side. And similar to some of the hanging buildings here, there's going to be a bunch of bridges connecting everything in this big spiderweb network pattern all over the place. It's going to be either really great or really terrible. Who knows, it might even be both. I mean, for me to get into this building, first I have to go into here, I have to go to the second floor, I have to travel into this building across that bridge, I have to go all the way up the stairs to the third floor of this building, then I can enter this segment and go down to here. And from the outside, that is, go to the second floor on this, go to the third floor in this section, go across at the top, and then go down so that I can reach the bottom floor of this little chunk. But yeah, I need to lay out a bunch of frames and then create a bunch more building shells, and then I need to decorate them and add floors, and it's going to be even more difficult than up here because it's all hanging out over an abyss. Not right here, but over there. Now you might ask yourself, Gojiracell, why? Why are you doing this? This doesn't serve any function at all. You are completely right, dear viewer. The reason I'm doing this is the same reason that I do literally anything on this world, and it's because I want to. For instance, take this experience farm. I could have simply made a normal experience farm. In fact, I do have normal experience farms. I have a skeleton grinder, there's a spider spawner. I have the means to get experience. But instead, I decided that I was going to make a ton of bamboo farms and a ton of cactus farms, all so that I would have this slightly better than average experience farm. See also my base. I barely even use it anymore. I don't even really sleep here. I mean, I use the storage sometimes, I use the furnaces, but I don't live here, you know? It's more just a place to put things. And of course we also have this slime farm, which I don't have a use for. I don't use these. I have so many slime blocks, and the only thing I've ever used them for was to make a safety net so I didn't lose a ton of hearts when I was building in the nether. All this to say, there is very little method to my madness. I mean, I could just as easily have taken all of the stone and stuff that I got from mining out the slime farm and mining other things in the overworld and just made a bunch of stone bricks and made an okay nether hub, one that would keep me safe, one that would function, but nothing too fancy. But instead, I decided to travel all the way, I don't even remember which direction it is, but all the way in some direction, way off into the distance, to a nether fortress to completely and totally remove the nether fortress and relocate all the materials here so that I could create this weird nether brick village hanging city thing. I don't do things because they are efficient, I do things because I want to do things, and I think that is as good a reason as any for me to do things. So without further ado, let's get into the rest of this. I am not actually looking forward to this, but I'm still going to do it because despite me not looking forward to it, I want to do it, which is kind of a conundrum, but don't think too hard about it. So that took a little while, and I am currently fairly tired, but we did manage to accomplish basically what I wanted. There's a small possibility that I'm gonna add a small building there or maybe there, you know, just around. And I imagine there'll be other structures aside from just buildings, you know, there'll be other structures like things that hang from the ceiling that hold like light or something. Essentially just random decorations to hang around to make it less boring. Also, I happened to find a use for slime again. I was dissing slime before the time lapse, but then I just used it a ton down here, and it was slightly helpful even. I'm actually slightly more satisfied with this side over here. I'm not entirely certain what about it makes me much more satisfied than the other side, but something about it, I don't know. It's definitely not the presence of magma cubes. They are just generally a nuisance. I'm fairly certain they're spawning on the slime blocks, which is a bit of a mistake in the general design of this place. I didn't realize that things could actually could spawn on slime. But apparently they can. So, yeah, that's a thing that I've had to deal with a lot. Anyways, now that they're all cleared up, yeah, for some reason, this side, I don't know, it's slightly better looking, in my opinion. I feel like it might be because it's a slightly more gradual slope of the buildings. If you take the bottom of that one, and then the bottom of that one, and then the bottom of that one, and we just like draw a line from there up to the ceiling, following the bottoms of all the buildings, then it's a slightly more gradual slope here than it is on the other side. But who knows, maybe that'll change eventually. Maybe it'll be kind of this shape, if you get what I'm putting down, a kind of curve out like that, get a bunch of smaller buildings way out there, and all of these buildings stay here. Who knows what I'll do. I certainly won't be doing it right now, though, because I am, again, tired and need to finish this episode before I post it. So yeah, that was fun. The rest of the process for all of the buildings out over the abyss over there will mostly just be the process that I did with all of these buildings. I made the shells, then I'm gonna decorate them, I'm gonna like add floors inside, windows, bridges between them. It's gonna be a whole mess. But either way, that's gonna be it from me for this episode. I hope you enjoyed. and stay safe. Goodbye.